we're set. Do we have any open forum speakers?
Yes, we do. We have 8 speakers.
8?
8.
Oh, boy. Bring them on up.
Okay, we have Mary Sue Myers, Mary McAllister, Isis Farrell, Madeline Traveres, Susan G. Piper, Marge Hall, Kevin Jefferson, and Tanya Smith.
Okay, let's try to keep it to a minute and a half. Minute and a half, if we can do that, per person. Either do I. Okay.
Written on the clock.
Yeah, hold on a second. Okay, well, after a minute, just give her, we'll figure it out. You can start now. Go ahead.
My name is Mary McAllister. I'm attending the meetings of the Urban Forestry Forum, and I came today to support their proposal to reinstate the budget of the Tree Services Division to pre-2007 levels so that they can take care of our trees. I also support their proposal to develop a forestry master plan with one important exception. That plan should not include fire hazard mitigation because that is the responsibility of the fire department. Oakland has given the fire department $800,000 to develop a vegetation management plan to mitigate fire hazards. That plan will be developed over a period of 3 years, involving elaborate public input and an environmental impact review. We are hopeful that the plan will have broad public support and be eligible for new FEMA grants. We should not be getting in the way of that public process by assigning that task to another organization that has no commitment to a public process about and no expertise about fire hazard mitigation. Thank you.
Thank you. That was right at a minute and a half. Appreciate it very much. Next speaker.
My name is Mary Sue Meads, and I have worked in the past for several years as part of the Sierra Club tree planting team. And I definitely believe that we do need to reinstate money for trees, especially in the areas of East and West Oakland, which cannot really do it themselves without city input. So you need to restore that budget. And I agree with many of the values of the trees for which we're doing to improve the bad air and such. And also that the tree money reinstatement should be very specific only for planting trees, which is going to cost a bit. Even with volunteer labor, we have to pay for getting the sidewalks ready and buying the trees, and some labor is paid for. And therefore, I think that the issue about wildfires has no business being in the tree planting restoration program. It should be just for trees. You'll need your money for that, and it's better spent. The fire department can take care of wildfires. They've done a very good job in the last 25 years. There has not been a major fire in the hill area. So I want to keep people thinking about where that money is best spent, and it is on urban trees. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Isis Farrell. I would support the Urban Forestry Forum policy statement if it promoted environmental justice for planting trees in the flatlands where most of us live and where pollution causes ever more asthma and other health injuries. But when vegetation management policies mention wildfire concerns, I know it's a euphemism for clear-cutting. Living trees do not catch fire easily, and they provide moisture and wind breaks that help prevent the spread of fires. The myth that non-native trees are a particular fire hazard is a nativist restoration fantasy of mostly non-native native people of European descent who believe nature should be frozen in time hundreds of years ago and who are willing to kill thousands of healthy trees whose roots and canopies connect a complex ecology of living things also killed in the process. The hills are a natural wildfire zone where native species evolved to be fire dependent and are threatened with extinction by fire prevention, herbicide use, and human development, the very activities these policies promote. If neighbors in the hills are afraid of trees, they shouldn't live in the forest. I also recognize signatories of this policy statement as advocates of pesticide use. 12 years ago, we stopped Friends of Saucil Creek, the Wildfire Prevention Assessment District, and others from adding yet another exemption to the city's pesticide restrictions. Frankly, I trust no further vegetation management activities by the city. I favor letting nature care for itself. Many are injured by routine pesticide applications on city medians, and with the FEMA grants, Oakland was part of a coordinated deforestation campaign and stubbornly pushed ahead, even after 90% of 13,000 comments to FEMA and nearly 65,000 petition signers voiced opposition until a lawsuit stopped you. I oppose the Urban Forestry Forum's policy statement as written. Wildfires must be addressed by the fire department, where more funding needs to go. You might have actually less problems with workers' comp if you did that, not vegetation management policies. And I demand you implement a complete pesticide ban and keep tree slashing out of public policy. Thank you.
Okay. Next speaker, please. Madam Clerk, did you call all the names? You did.
Yes, I did. We did have one card come down. Who wants to cede time to somebody?
Okay. Well, we don't usually do that, but that's fine, as long as we just keep moving here. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hi. Good morning. My name is Marg Hall. I do support the refunding of the tree services program, assuming you can find the money. Given that, I'd like to caution you to pay close attention to the details and warn you against letting this money be hijacked into a nativist agenda to remove all eucalyptus trees. Specifically, I would call your attention to look at any details which try to transfer the work of defensible space creation to the tree services program. This defensible space is a very kind of specific project that focuses on the houses, and more specifically the areas directly around the house and within 100 feet of the house, and it requires very skilled assessment and execution and involves the cooperation of the homeowners. So giving this project to the tree service will frustrate everybody. The tree trimmers will be charged with work that they are not trained to do, and the public will be under the mistaken impression that the tree service is creating defensible space. So I urge you to support this if you can find the money, but be very cautious about the details. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next speaker, please.
My name is Tanya Smith. I'm a longtime resident of the city of Oakland, and I thank you for your time today. I'm also part of the Oakland Urban Forest Forum and also support tree services and supplying them with the necessary money, as long as we understand that it is for tree services and not fire prevention. Don't mix up these two different departments. Fire prevention is one thing for the fire department. Tree services is for trees. We need trees. If we have money, we're going to plant them, and we need your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
My name is Madeline Homeland. I've lived in the Oakland Hills in the Wildfire District for 42 years.
Move the mic down just a little bit, Tad. There you go.
I've been a member of the Hills Conservation Network since 2005. Hills Conservation Network is opposed to having any part of the tree services budget allocated to fire risk mitigation. It is critically important that the City of Oakland complete its vegetation management plan and an EIR before specific vegetation management projects and their funding are considered and decided upon. We further believe that the current vegetation management plan and EIR should be expanded to include the entire City of Oakland. It is important that the voices of all the citizens of Oakland who want to participate in the process of increasing the tree canopy should be heard in developing a comprehensive plan that would result in a more beautiful and healthy Oakland, especially in areas where trees are now sadly lacking. Unfortunately, in the past, the city has wasted a great deal of time and money, most recently losing $3.5 million in FEMA money, by allowing amateurs, well-intentioned though they might be, to attempt to develop and carry out policies that were ideologically biased. The Vegetation Management Plan and the EIR need to be completed before further money is allocated, especially if it is money to fund fire mitigation, which we are definitely opposed to. Mitigating fire risk is the responsibility of the Oakland Fire Department, not any other city department or citizens group. To allow citizens groups to continue to drive policy and attempt to supervise highly trained professionals would only continue the mistakes of the past. We believe that policy should be directed by professional city staffers, not by private citizens, who may of course have input into the decision-making process, but should not control it.
Thank you very much. And any more speakers who were called? I thought I heard you say Sue Piper. Oh, come on up.
Sue left.
She did. Okay. Thank you very much.
Are you Mr. Jefferson?
I am.
We had time seated to Mr. Jefferson, or will we? Okay. Okay.
Hello, my name is Kevin Jefferson. I am currently the chair of the Oakland Urban Forestry Forum and also board president of Urban Relief, which is a nonprofit urban forestry organization located here in Oakland. I'm here today representing a coalition of neighborhood, environmental, and adoptive spot groups concerned with the state of Oakland's urban forestry and the need to restore funding to the Public Works Tree Services Division. I ask that other members of the coalition who are here today please stand in support of my brief remarks. Thank you. We know that in a few months you and your council colleagues will be making critical decisions concerning the limited funds in the city's general fund as you discuss and approve the budget for fiscal year 17 and 18. You should have received the letter, but if not, I have passed it out. The letter makes a case for restoring tree services to pre-2008 levels. It basically asks for three needs. Allocate at least $5.3 million annually plus one-time purchase of $1.6 million in the fiscal year 17-19 budget for tree services. In 07, the budget was drastically reduced due to the recession, and since then, the department has been reduced to minimal services to a point where they're just removing trees. Second need is allocate $650 to create an Oakland Urban Forestry Management Plan, which is one of the proponents of the ECAP, which was signed in 2012. Another need is establish a permanent Oakland Urban Forestry Forum. We have currently been meeting as an unofficial entity for 4+ years. I have been chair for a year and a half, and in that year's time, we have met monthly. Two organizations have been granted over $1 million to provide services here in the city of Oakland. We have also rallied a bunch of professionals to help the city understand the need for tree services. We've had numerous meetings, outbreaks, things of that nature. And basically, we're asking that you guys consider these three needs. We also discussed the need for a master plan, obviously. We need a citywide inventory of public trees and a full plan that will resolve conflicting ordinances, practices, ensure equity planning, and best management practices for managing Oakland's tree assets. In short, the quality of life of the people and other creatures who live, work, and play in the city is inexplicably linked to trees. We are here today to make the first request about supporting these efforts and look forward to meeting with you individually in the coming weeks to answer questions and explain our coalition positions in greater detail. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I think we did get the email yesterday or very recently on that. Okay, that's all speakers. Thank you very much. Public Works Committee will start in a few minutes. Thank you so much.